Welcome to clickmyproject.com. Let we discuss about the process and automatic mass detection system in mammograms based on complex texture features. Let me see the abstract of the process. Screening and early detection of breast cancer needs an automated system that identifies the breast cancer in the mammograms as early as possible. An automated system that segments the mammogram masses and identifies the defects in the mammograms were proposed. A mammogram images were pre-processed using median filter and adaptive histogram equalization. Median filtering process removes the unwanted pixels in the mammogram images, which helps in improving the performances of the process. Histogram equalization helps to equalize the intensity of the images, which will be helpful to identify the objects present in the images. The breast masses are segmented from the preprocessed images using region growing segmentation algorithm. The region growing segmentation algorithm segments the breast masses from the images based on the clustered result of group of pixels in the images. The pixels in the images that were having similar intensity ranges were segmented and they were identified as the requested region. From the extracted breast masses, features were extracted from the images using GLCM algorithm. From the extracted features, best features were selected using PSO algorithm. From the extracted features, the best features were selected using PSO algorithm. The selected features were then classified using feed-forward neural network. Finally, the performances of the classifier is measured by calculating the accuracy, sensitivity, and specificity of the classification methodologies. The comparisons is done with KNN classifier. The KNN classifier classifies the images based on the distance matrix between the classifiers. The distance is calculated between the test and the training feature vectors. The obtained performances matrix describes that neural network classifier produces better results compared to nearest neighbor classification methodologies. Similar to that, ROC curves and confusion matrices were plotted to assess overall performances measures of the process. Let us see the flow of the process. Input mammogram images were collected. The images were from Maya's database. The collected images were initially undergone pre-processing. So in pre-processing step, the median filter and histogram equalization were applied. So using median filter, the overall intensity of the images were normalized, and the histogram equalization ensures that all the pixels in the images having same types of intensities in the, and also the resizing processes were employed. So these are all the basic pre-processing steps that we are employing here. After that, the segmentation is employed using region growing segmentation. So in region growing segmentation, the pixels that were having similar intensities compared to the specific regions were got, so that pixels were alone segmented from the images. So the mammogram masses were somewhat higher in intensities compared to the other regions. So based on that, the regions were segmented. So after segmentation, the feature extraction is employed for the segmented portions. So for feature extraction, we are comparing three different types of features: shape features, GLCM features, and wavelet features. GLCM features is the texture based information. They were used in order to extract the texture based information from the images, and after that the wavelet based features were employed. Wavelet based features were employed based on applying the wavelet transformation to the images, and the applied wavelet transformation based on features were extracted. After that, the shape based informations were obtained by extracting the features values. So based on that feature extraction values, the values were completed, and after that the selection process is employed. So in the feature selection process, the feature selection is employed based on the PSO optimization methodologies. So in optimization, the number of features were selected based on the best fitness solutions calculated. So the extracted feature values were then subjected to classifications So here for classifications, neural network measures were employed, and for comparison, KNN is taken. So the comparisons between neural network and KNN were employed, and based on that, the classified results were obtained. And finally, the performances of the process is help of measuring accuracy, sensitivity, and specificity of the processes, and also confusion matrices and the ROC curves were obtained in order to obtain the complete performances matrices of the whole processes. Let us see the running procedure of the process. So if you want to run the code, select the file main.m, which is located in the source code folder. The process has been developed in MATLAB 2013 version. So run the code in 2013 version. In other versions, error may show. So run the code in 2013 version alone. Select main.m, right click it and click on run. You will get the user interface to run the program. This user interface contains the buttons and the display processes for the running our project. So select for any one of the input images by clicking input image. So this is the databases obtained from Maya's database. So for these images, the threshold, the particular selected regions is given in the region growing segmentation. So the process will execute exactly for the images that is given in the dataset. So the dataset is collected from Maya's databases. So select any one of the images. The images will be displayed here, and after that pre-processing is employed by using filtering process, and after that histogram equalization is applied. After that the segmentation is employed based on the region growing segmentation. So as we can see, the binarized regions and the identified mass regions were denoted, and after that the classification is employed. For classification, before classification we extract features from the images. So in these features, in additional in additional to the GLCM features, the features like the perimeter area and the height and width of the overall mammogram segmented regions were collected, and also the mean, standard deviation and variances of the segmented regions were also measured. So these are all measured and they were extracted as the features. So totally we got 22 features. From these 22 features, we have provided to select some best 10 features. So these features were selected, and after selection of the features, the classification process is employed. So for the classification of the process, we compare two classification methodologies, KNN and FNN. So if we click KNN classification methodology, the results of the KNN classification will be displayed here. This is displayed as normal image. After that, feed forward neural network is employed. So as the result of this feed forward neural network classification methodology, the classified results will be displayed here. So this will take some time. So as we can see, the neural network training process is done, and after that the results is displayed. Finally, we measure the performances of the overall process. So we measure the performances by comparing the two classifiers. So we compare the KNN and FNN classifiers in cases of accuracy, sensitivity, specificity, F measure, precision, and recall. So as the result, we have plotted all the values that we got as a graphical representations, and finally we have depicted all the values in a comparison chart, and this is the confusion matrix obtained. So we have some three categories. So this comparison confusion matrices depicts the number of images that we have provided for each categories, and the training samples that we have provided based on the results will be calculated in the confusion matrix. After that, the region of receiver operating curve characteristics curve is obtained. So this curve is the plot of the sensitivity and the specificity of the obtained process. So this graph is obtained. So finally, thus we have measured the overall performances of the KNN and the FNN classifier, and based on that the comparisons were employed, and the study has been done. Thank you.